It's that time you've all been waiting for. It's Real Life Superhero Framework. Hello, my name is nickabenson, aka Jet Black, Real Life Superhero, and today we'll be talking about Robin Tim Drake. Before we go into that, I'd like to tell you about upcoming videos. I'm going to do a slideshow of Predator designs that I've made, Predators being the non-lethal weapons from the Men Who Stare at Goats. I made a few designs, custom designs of my own imagination, and I like to share them with people who would like to make Predators based off of my designs. And I'm also going to do RLSH Framework Episode 4 after this, which is RLSH Framework Episode 3, and it is going to be Cyclops. It's already been written, and that one is going to be based off of Energy Manipulation 101. So it's going to be slightly different from the Real Life Superhero Framework videos, which are based off of Real Life Superhero 101. The next RLSH Framework video will be based off of Energy Manipulation 101. So between the uploading of this video and the uploading of that video, you should probably check out Energy Manipulation 101, because I will talk as if you have when you see Real Life Superhero Framework Episode 4. Now, for Robin Tim Drake. This is based off of what can be found in the Batman Encyclopedia, the one that I've shown you in past episodes. I believe this new camera view that we have for this episode won't allow me to have the book next to me, so I didn't even put it here. So just remember that book from that one time. I think it's in both RLSH Framework videos. Let's get this started. Suits. Robin's suit is armored with Nomex to allow for fire resistance, as well as Kevlar to allow for bulletproofing. So his suit is an armored suit. This is out of the 3 different classes of suits: cloth, padding, or armored. So, armored. Mask. Out of the 3 different things: cloth, functional, or protection, this one is function. His mask has night vision goggles, a radio headset, and an augmented reality GPS similar to what is in Google Glass and other goggles that are being tested with augmented reality technology. I've ran into a few of those online and they seem pretty interesting, but not many, I believe, are made specifically for GPS. But of course, I believe they do have GPS functionality. I know Google Glass does for a fact. That really won't be available for everyone, and a mask with all these things probably will not be available for everyone. So what I'd say is get night vision goggles and get a handheld GPS. That works perfectly fine. So night vision goggles and a handheld GPS. The radio headset, that will come back later when we talk about contact gadgets. That is, gadgets that can be used to make contact with your Oracle and other real-life superheroes that you stay in contact with. Okay. Now going from mask to common gadgets, we'll talk about combat. Robin uses an extendable telescopic metal staff and Predators. He also uses a slingshot, which I didn't know Robin used at all. So, Predators from the Men Who Stare at Goats, and I'll be doing a slideshow of Predator designs soon. I also have a video on how to make your own Predator non-lethal weapons, so you should check that out, and you should check out the design video once I finish that. And other than Predators, he has an extendable telescopic metal staff, which you can find those online. I have not seen a full-size staff yet. I've seen people with really, really long batons that are extendable, and I heard recently that there are extendable escritos from those who saw the Nightwing video, and I was talking about whether or not that was a thing. Someone says those do exist, so you can go get those. If you saw the Nightwing video and you were like, I really want that, you can go check that out. The staff, like I said, have not seen a full-fledged staff, but I've seen really long batons, but I'm sure the staff exists. You can probably find it online. Let's see. And a slingshot. I mean, you can make a slingshot if you really needed to, but I'm sure you can find a slingshot online, most definitely. His detective gadgets include a mini computer that connects to the Bat computer using all these satellite updates and stuff. What I put down for that was a PDA, a personal digital assistant, but nowadays you can't really get a PDA, and if you do, it's a very old school PDA. So you would do good with a smartphone, which is what PDAs used to be, except with the added capability of a phone, and Wi-Fi, and 3G, and different things like that. Okay, storage. His storage gadgets include a tool belt and a sheath. I did not know this, but apparently his extendable baton goes in a sheath, not into his actual utility belt. And of course, the tool belt would be a replacement for a utility belt. I recommend tool belts that have the openable pouches. Okay, theatrical. He has bangs, which we've talked about in the spoiler video. Bangs are flash bangs. They don't do the flash, they just do the bang, and you can find those online. That's not that hard. And then there are flower bombs. That's where you take a thing of plastic wrap, a little bit of flour, a little more flour than just a little bit, and then you tie them off. You get it tight, but not so tight to where it'll explode in your tool belt, and you make it where when you throw it down, it breaks open, and a cloud of flour comes out. I recommend them over smoke bombs because smoke bombs involve them being lit, having to wait a little bit, and then putting them down, and then waiting for them to create a smoke thing very slowly. In other words, if you were surrounded by people and you needed a big cloud of smoke, you can't wait that long for the smoke bomb to go off. You'd rather just throw down a flour bomb and just have the smoke go poof, instead of looking at a fuse. Do this. Let's see. Contact, the radio headset that we talked about earlier. So there you go. First aid. He has a first aid kit that he keeps with him. So get a first aid kit. And finally, transportation. And he actually has 2 vehicles. He has a sports car with bulletproof modifications to the body and windows. And he has a motorcycle. So there you go. And his transportation type, if I can remember from Real Life Superhero 101, that's called quick but with maintenance. So yeah, a quick but with maintenance vehicle. He has 2. A sports car and a motorcycle, and the sports car has bulletproofing. So let's go back over the list slowly, kinda sorta, and just tell you, everything he had. An armored suit that uses Nomex and Kevlar, so it's bulletproof and fire resistant. Night vision goggles and a GPS to work as his mask. So you would wear night vision goggles and you'd have a handheld GPS that you would keep with you. An extendable telescopic metal staff. Predators, non-lethal weapons from the men who stare at goats, which is pretty much the real-life equivalent to batarangs. A slingshot, a smartphone or a personal digital assistant for those who still own those, a tool belt, a sheath, bangs, which are like flash bangs, except they only do the bang, they don't have the flash. Flower bombs, which you can make yourself using plastic wrap, flour, and twisty tie. Stink pellets. I forgot to say that. I'm glad I'm going back over this list. Stink pellets go under the theatrical gadgets. You can find them online on Amazon and stuff. They're small glass vials that you have to be very careful with. And they're as easy as just throwing it on the ground, and it immediately stinks. They're good for theatrics. Most definitely. Contact, a radio headset, like a little Bluetooth thing, to where you're able to talk with your Oracle or with other real-life superheroes in your area. Let's see, a first aid kit, which you can keep with you on your tool belt. And a sports car with bulletproof modifications to the body and windows, as well as a motorcycle. Of course, with all Real Life Superhero Framework videos, you can do this in any order you want. You don't have to have everything that Robin Tim Drake has. This is simply to give you an idea in case you wanted to become a real life superhero based upon Robin Tim Drake. So, it's all up to you. You can do any combination of these things. You can make it your own. No one who goes by this list will ever look alike as someone else who goes by this list. So yeah, make it your own. Go out there and, start fighting crime. This is Jet Black, Real Life Superhero, logging off. Next up, Cyclops and the Predator design slideshow. Good night.